Yo, what is up, Namakaze Squad? It's your boy, the Namakaze King, and I'm back with another video here. And today we're gonna be doing the Kona House Red Flash. What if Minato still lived through the Nine Tails attack? And um, this is also December 6th. I'm recording my last video, the same day as I've recorded this video, and yeah, so. I, so these two videos will be going out on the 7th. If you haven't watched my last video, go watch that before you watch this, so you could know what the series is. Now, where we left off at is where Minato took a break and went walking around the village with Naruto. So let's get into the story. 3 days later, with Minato, Naruto, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Shizune. Minato sat at his desk behind the desk, as Tsunade and Jiraiya sat across from him. Shizune stood beside Tsunade. I'm sorry to hear what happened, Minato. I caught where the attack and started this as way as soon as I heard. That I'm pretty sure there's plenty more to be heard, said Jiraiya, as he sipped on his Saka. Sitting her cup down, Tsunade started. Likewise, for me, Minato. I heard the rumor of an attack on Kana and started traveling back this way. Rumors were proven when Ambu's squad caught up to me and said you request our presence. Yes, Minato said as he took a drink of his own sake. I'm sorry about your loss, Sensei. It was never meant to happen this way. I suppose to be the one took by the death god, but Hiruzen willingly sacrificed himself so I could carry on and raise my son. Don't worry, Minato. We all know this way Sensei would have wanted, said Jiraiya. Perhaps you're right, but I can't help but to feel bad about it. It's okay, Minato. This is the only way the old man would have wanted things to go. Yeah. So, said Jiraiya, when do I get to see baby Naruto? I'll go get him now. Naruto walked next to the door and bowed to the young woman who was taking care of Naruto and thanked her and picked him up and walked back into his office with his company. Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Shizune all smiled as Minato set the baby on the desk for them to see. Jiraiya looked up and said, well, Abi, the kid just looks like his father. He even got your blonde hair, said Tsunade, as she was tickling his belly. Ha ha ha, yes, I hope he acts more like me too. Instead of taking his mother's fearsome temper, Minato said, while sheepishly rubbing the back of his head as Jiraiya and Tsunade grinned. The four continued talking for a while before Minato changed to a more serious demeanor and decided to ask Tsunade a favor. Jiraiya, Suzune, would you mind giving me myself and Tsunade alone? I need to speak with her personally for a moment, said Jiraiya. Sure thing. I'm going to go check out the village and see how everything's coming along. See you later, Minato, said Jiraiya, as he got up going to leave the room. Yes, Okage-sama, said Shishuni, and she also got up to leave. So, Tsunade, I have a favor I'd like to ask you, said Minato with some nervous look on his face. What do you need, Minato? Well, I don't know how to go about this. Just spit it out. Well, Tsunade, since I lost Kishuna-chan, I think Naruto needs a woman figure in his life as he grows. Go on, says Tsunade. I guess what I'm going to say, Tsunade curiously. I guess what I'm trying to say is, will you stick around the village to help me raise him, kind of like a nanny? I don't know. That's a big responsibility, Minato. I have some time to think about it, if you don't mind. Oh, of course, take your time. Please just give me some consideration, said Minato. And with that, Tsunade left and headed back to the bar to think about what Minato just said with Jiraiya and Shizune. minutes earlier. So what do you want to do? What do you think Minato Sama wants with Tsunade? X Shizune? Beats me. Maybe some politic talk. I was never good at that stuff, said Jiraiya. Yeah, you're probably right. I'll see you around, said Shizune as she walked off. See you, said Jiraiya as he also left. With with 20 minutes after she left with Tsunade, 20 minutes after she left Minato's office. Tsunade was sitting at a table at the bar sipping on a cup of sake when she pondered what Minato said earlier. I can't believe he chose me of all people to be Naruto's nanny. Does he really think I'm the right choice? As she said in her mind. I'm just an alcoholic with gambling problems. I can't raise a child. Shizune would be a better choice than I would. Maybe I should to her later. Oh well, for now I'm just gonna relax for a bit and clear my mind first. As Tsunade was sitting there drinking sake and clearing her mind, Shizune happened all alone to came up to Tsunade and sat down. Well, Shizune, I was about to come find you. Need something? Tsunade asked. No, I was just wondering what Minato Sama said earlier, and I knew I could find you here, said Shizune. Ooh. No, wait. Well, actually, that's what I was gonna find you for. Minato asked me if I would be Naruto's nanny, and I just don't know. Admitted Naruto. Tsunade. You make a great mother, lady, my lady, said Shizune. Plus, I love to have a little brother. Tsunade thought about it for a minute and said, I don't know, Shizune. I just don't think I'm the right choice. Sure you are. If you weren't, do you think me and Tosama would have asked you? Well, you have a point. Do you really think so, Shizumi? Yes, of course, my lady. I'll consider it at least. I still need to think about it some more. Of course. Just think about it. I'll see you later, said Shizumi as she got up to leave. The next day in the Hokage's office, Minato sat at his desk doing some paperwork as he heard knocking on the door. Enter, said Minato as Tsunade walked through the door. So you have thought about what I said, Tsunade? Yes, that's what I came here for. I'll do it. Minato stood up and bowed her as he said thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me. What are they talking about in there? I wonder, said a mysterious voice outside the window. I guess I guess you know when it's time, said the voice as he turned to walk away. The one wall to come to face with the Hokage. Spying on the Hokage, right? Are we, Jiraiya? Said Minato with a grin. I was, said yes, said Jiraiya as Minato's sweat dropped. Great to see you, Sensei. Come on, and I have some good news. With that, Minato burst into a cloud of smoke as Jiraiya turned back and crawled through the window. Jiraiya, you moron. You don't know how to use the door, shouted Tsunade as she went to punch him. Nope. Anyways, what's this news you had for me, Minato? Well, yesterday I asked Tsunade if she would like to be the nanny for Naruto since he needed a woman's influence. And what you said, Tsunade? Asked Jiraiya. I said I would do it. It looks like the legendary sucker is finally settling down with them, man. Not too bad for me. I thought we had something special, said Jiraiya as he lecherous grin. Pervert! Yelled Tsunade and Minato at the same time as Tsunade punched Jiraiya out the window elsewhere into the village. Shizune was walking down the street with the bag of Archies in her hands as person came crashing down in front of her without even looking at the person. She said, "When will you ever learn, Jiraiya? Never. The super pervert work is never done here," shouted Jiraiya as he jumped and grinned with his thumbs. Shizune's sweat just dropped as Jiraiya started walking back to the Hokage Tower. That is the end of chapter one, guys, and I'm gonna do a little bit of chapter two here. since it was pretty short chapter. All right, let me go to chapter 2. So Naruto, are you ready to start your ninja? Oh, oh, my bad, I skipped this part. So now we hit a big time skip. I don't know. It didn't say when he what age it stopped at, but yeah, did it? Oh no, never mind. It says he's 6 years old now. Well, he's 6 years old now. Naruto is now starting his ninja training. So we did a 6 year time skip. So let's go. So Naruto, are you ready to start your real ninja training? Asked Minato as he grinned down at the now 6 year old Naruto. Naruto just like your Avenger 6 year old. He had an orange t shirt and blue shorts as he wore blue ninja sandals. Of course, Dad, I have to start early if I want to get better than you and take your spot as Hokage. Whoa, Naruto, don't get ahead of yourself. That's still a way away. Now, I want you to do is climb this tree, said Minato as he pointed over to his shoulder around the tree. But how is that ninja trading, Dad? You have to climb it without using your tree. How am I supposed to do that? Said Naruto. Minato walked over to the tree and started walking up the side of the tree and looked Naruto looked in awe. Cool. How do I do that though, Dad? Said with a wild smile. Naruto said with a wild smile. You just have to focus your chakra to your feet and use it to give it a stick. Give it a try. Naruto walked over to the tree and started walking up the tree. He made it about halfway before losing his footing and fell back down into Minato's waiting arms. That was very good, Naruto. Most people don't get that far on their first try. Try again and see how you do. Naruto started back up in the tree, and this time, to his surprise, he stuck up good and made it all the way to the top. Well, it looks like the bugs and small exercise will had him paid off well. He has one of the largest reserves of anyone I ever seen at his age. The excellent controller as well. He'll make a fine shinobi one day. Look, Dad, I did it, said Naruto as he started walking down and around the tree trunk of the tree. Very good, Naruto. I'm proud of you, said Minato with a smile. Now, come on down. I have a new exercise for you. Naruto jumped down from the tree and walked over to her side. What is it now, Dad? Do I get to learn some super cool new jutsu? Not yet, Naruto, but I promise soon. Since you figure out the tree walking so fast, I want you to walk on top of this pond. How do I do that? Well, it's the same basic theory as tree climbing, but except the water is consistently changing, so you have to adjust your flow of chakra as such. I think I get it. So can I try it now, Dad? Naruto said. Go ahead, son, Minato said, with a grin on his face. Naruto started walking out onto the water and made it a few steps out before he fell through. He jumped back up and out the water as his dad said, Naruto, you did good again, but only made it 3 seconds in the water. Naruto pouted with a brat type of face. It's okay, son. Most high level Guinean had problems with walking on the water. You did better than I did on my first try. Really? Well, I guess I have to keep it at all. Then I'll be Hokage in no time. You're still far away, Naruto. You're from taking your old man's spot. Son, you're doing great. Why don't you give it another shot? Said Minato. Naruto spent the next hour or so walking into the water and falling over and over again. But he got a little better each time until he could finally walk, run, jump on the surface of the water. Good job, Naruto. How about we break for some lunch? Sure, Dad. Let's go, said Naruto as he grabbed Minato by the waist as they disappeared in the yellow flash of light. Whoa, Dad, you gotta teach me that. How did you do that? Said Naruto as he appeared in front of his favorite ramen stand. I will one day, son. Don't get ahead of yourself, said Minato with a smile. He sat next to the counter. What can I get for you today? Said a young girl about 10 years old. Well, we have the normal, Yami said Minato. Alright, it'll be out, right out, said Yami as she walked into the back. A few minutes later, an old man came in his late 30s, about came out the the back with four bowls of ramen. How are my favorite customers doing today? Said the man as he sat down the ramen. We're doing good, Mr. Ichiraku. Me and my dad are finally starting my training to be a ninja, said Naruto. That's good to hear. You aren't being too rough on the boy, right? Are you Okage-sama? You know you don't have to call me Hokage, right? I've been coming here since I was a kid, Tucci. Yeah, but you weren't the Hokage back then, remember? Said the man, now identified as Tsuchi Ichiraku. No, I wasn't, but you could still call me by Minato, if you insist. Thanks to Tuichi. We better get going on the start back on the training, said Minato as he laid some money on the counter. See you later, Mr. Uchiraku, said Naruto as they flashed away. So what are we gonna do now, Dad? Said Naruto as they appeared back at the training grounds. Well, how would you like to know your first element ability is? Element ability? Yes, chakra can be converted into five different kinds of chakra to perform this different jutsu. You can perform jutsu without having the feeling for the element, but it won't be as easy and as strong, and it will take more chakra than some who does have the affinity. The five affinities are fire, wind, lightning, and earth. Each country specializes in one element, but have all types. For instance, we are the fire country, so we have a lot of fire style users, but we also have other kinds. Like me, I'm a wind user. Most people have one or two elements to begin, but they can work up and get more when they get older. Rarely people have than more or more affinities early on. So how do I know what I am? Minato took a card out of his pocket and handed it to Naruto. All you have to do is channel your chakra into this card, and it will tell you. Naruto channels his chakra into the card, and Minato supplied the card split in half down. One side crinkled, the other side became soggy wet. Wow, Naruto said, dumbfounded Minato. What is it, Dad? Remember I said it was rare to have three affinities? Yeah, so what? What did my card say? Well, you have wind, water, and lightning affinity. That's amazing, Naruto. I'm the Hokage and I only have four affinities. What are yours, Dad? Well, my primary primary was when shortly after I became a Guinea, I did develop an affinity for fire. Then when I got a Chuni, I got water. And then just a few years ago, I developed a lightning affinity. Wow, Dad, you are the best. Not really, son. You have three elements at the age of five. And if I'm right, the Kabuli in will allow you to use fire as well. So you're almost as good as I am at the in that area already. Thought Minato. So Naruto, how do I teach you a jutsu? Really? Yes, I think you're ready for it already. It's called the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Shadow Clone? That sounds amazing. It's a very useful jutsu, son, but it's a forbidden technique that most Joni can use effectively. But with your chakra reserves, I think you should be able to use it fine. If my theory is correct, it'll also be a good tool to train with, which is why I'm teaching you it so early. Wow, Dad, you really think I'm ready? Yes, son, I do think you are ready. Really did. But this past year, only of the smaller things you have learned it. Cool. So what do I have to do? Just just do the cross hand seals and focus your chakra, making copies of yourself. Now be careful. The reason why many Jonin can't use this jutsu because it takes a lot of chakra to make more than a few clones. So go ahead, give it a try, Minato said. Naruto placed his hand in the seal, concentrating for just a second, and then once again Minato was utterly shocked what happened. Standing before him was a thousand clones of Naruto. Wow, son, you have surprised me again. Did I do something wrong? Oh no, of course not. This is great. You have the chakra to make thousands of clones, and you don't even look tired. So that's a good thing. Yes, I don't even think I can make a thousand clones, son. Wow, wow, really? Your job is getting closer at the time, Dad," said Naruto and Zila. "How about we take a break and rest the day off, and go see your friend Shikamaru, but it's up to." Cool. And they disappeared in a flash and reappeared outside of the Nara compound as they walked up and knocked to the door of the main house in the compound. Then and, open up. Shika Nara walked out. This is what I'm gonna end it off as. This was a more longer video as it was 20 minutes long. And yeah, this is part two of when Minato was alive. So yeah.